What is going on, my Houston Texans family? It is day one of organized team activities, OTAs for short. We got some Houston Texans football content to talk about. We want to shout out the guys who were there: Landry Locker, Cody Stews, Chancellor Jones, Adam J. Wexler, Ari Alexander. They do a fantastic job covering the Houston Texans. So we're going to react to some of their tweets, some of their videos. My name is Ruben Calvillo, and this is the 713 Houston Sportcast, where I drop daily Houston Texans content. Please make sure you guys are following me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok for the latest Houston Texans news, rumors, and updates. Now, one of the big moments of the day, like I mentioned yesterday, there was going to be a lot of prisoner of the moments. And when Landry Locker tweeted the first offensive line out the gate, it was Cam Robinson at left tackle. No surprise there. Left guard, Laken Tomlinson. No surprise there. He's only ever played left guard in his career. Center, Jake Andrews. Who is Jake Andrews? If you remember, he was released by the New England Patriots, and the Houston Texans immediately picked him up. Right guard, Titus Howard. I was surprised. Not, I was surprised. Yeah, I was surprised that the Texans had him at right guard, but understood why, because Titus Howard can play all over. And right tackle, Blake Fisher. No surprise there. Now, like the tweet says, maybe not much, maybe a lot. One thing about OTAs, nothing is definitive, nothing is final. This might not be the starting offensive line week one against the Los Angeles Rams. Because when you look at that center position, we weren't discussing Jake Andrews. We were discussing Jared Patterson, Juice Scruggs. However, this is something to monitor going forward. We're not going to overreact to this. We're not going to pencil in any of these guys as starters until we see the pads come on, and that is during training camp. Shout out to Landry Locker. I'm going to move to Ari Alexander here, and he covers everything for KPRC channel 2. Let's go to some of his Texans videos. All right, what y'all on? Let's see some more. Here we got quarterback CJ Stroud. Now, about CJ Stroud, he did not participate today in the 7-on-7, 11 versus 11. However, like we see here, he was working on the sideline. Head coach D'Amico Ryans was asked about CJ, and he said that some players are on different schedules. Now, this could be something to monitor. It is day one of OTAs. Like I said, with the offensive line, nothing is definitive. Nothing is final. Don't take anything too serious. I would say it is a little weird that he's not available for, not available in terms of the, of the throwing sessions on day one, but not going to put too much weight into it. Like head coach D'Amico Ryan said, these players are on a schedule. Let's look at our franchise quarterback. I would say he doesn't look overweight, so that is good. Christian Kirk, new Houston Texans wide receiver. We see Jaden Higgins, Xavier Hutchinson in the background. If Christian Kirk is healthy, ladies and gentlemen, this team is going to be very exciting. No, this is the Houston Texans second round pick, Jaden Higgins. According to Nico Collins, he looked like he said that boy's nice when he was talking about Jaden Higgins. Looked nice right there. Here we go. The man himself, we were just talking about, Nico Collins. We get to see our quarterback. We get to see our rookie wide receiver. We get to see our number one wide receiver. Shout out to Ari Alexander. Thank you for all the content that you gave us today at OTAs. Now, let's go ahead and go to Chancellor Johnson and see what he has for us today. Jalen Petrie. Derek Stingley. Kalen Bullock rocking that new number 2. This secondary is going to be dangerous. I can't wait to see what this secondary is going to do in 2024. Like I said many times, I think we're going to have one of the best secondaries in the NFL. We got Nico Collins. If health, Nico Collins is one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. There's no question. You see Mills Millie, CJ, Nico. Look, man, I know CJ didn't throw, but there doesn't look like anything's wrong with him. He really might just be on a schedule. He was banged up last year. We got to make sure CJ Stroud is as healthy as possible as we get to week 1. Look at Case Keenum. Not Case Keenum. Mills Millie. Quarterback Keaton Slovis is currently number 16 for the Houston Texans. Let me double check that. Yeah, Keaton Slovis, quarterback, 6'2". Him and Mills Millie going at it. I forgot Case Keenum was not on the Houston Texans. All right, let's go here to his last video. Texans OTA day 1. Look at Jaden Higgins. Dude, I'm excited for Jaden Higgins. He's going to have an opportunity to really just blossom. He's gonna get those one-on-one matches, I think, early on in the season. I think teams are gonna start, off doubling Nico Collins, and as they should. Nico Collins is one of them guys. And then Jaden Higgins, I think he's gonna take advantage of these opportunities, and then it's just gonna be, you can't afford to double cover one of these 6'4" guys because the other 6'4" guy is going to win the matchup. Thank you, Chancellor Johnson, for the videos today. And as we move on to our last media member who was there, and shout out to Adam J. Wexler. Dude, Adam J. Wexler does fantastic work. Anytime I ask to, use some of his content, he says, yes. Thank you so much, Adam. Wish you the very luck this season. Here we go. Looks like Adam was there early. Oh yeah, Adam. Set the tone. Jalen Petrie, Kamari Lassiter, Blake Fisher. I believe every offensive lineman was there except for Trent Brown. Jared Patterson taking snaps. Snaps for CJ Stroud, Davis Mills, and Slovis. Keldon Slovis. Look at D'Amico. Man, I know I say this about every year, but it looks like D'Amico Ryans can still go out there and play. What we saw was the best secondary in the NFL. There's no other way to put it. Christian Kirk, the offense, the wide receivers, John Mechie, Jalen Noel, Christian Kirk with the toe tapping. I like how the offense is in deep steel blue and the defense is in Liberty white. And then I think we got a couple more from Mr. Adam J. Wexler. Oh yeah, Nico. That might be Nico's signature route. That's a easy first down, and if there's no one on him, he gone. Woo. Complete. That's just elite, ladies and gentlemen. Jalen Noel, your rookie. Oh, John Mitch. Come on. Jaden Higgins. Hell yeah. We saw our wide receivers get some reps in. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Some of the big takeaways of the day. CJ Stroud, not in the 7-on-7, 11-on-11 sessions, but working out on the sidelines, talking to his teammates, his OTAs. I have no issue. Offensive line, Cam Robinson, left tackle. Laken Tomlinson, left guard. Alex Andrews at center. Titus Howard at right guard, and Blake Fisher at right tackle. For more Houston Texans content, you guys all know what to do. Feel free to follow me for more. Go Houston. Have a very, very blessed day.